Right, we're here at Shildon Railway Museum.
Oh yeah.
We'd have got here a lot earlier, but I forgot my coat. We had to go back. So there's the Deltic. There's the Rocket. Well, we've not done any exploring yet. We're just having a brew. Right, we're here at the Railway Museum at Shildon. I want to show you these seats first of all in the cafe, and then I want to show you this picture here of railway workers having their dinner at 12:10. No smoking till 12:20. And there's the canteen, the kitchens. And now we'll go over here and we'll go and see the Rocket. This is a working replica. It's got no brakes, you have to put it in reverse with these. With this here and these. You have to set them up somehow to stop it. So that should be, well, it should. It's quiet today, so I'm going to say it should be running, but it's too quiet really, so run that. So over here we've got the Deltic, and next to that we've got an electric train. Then we've got a 125. I think that's the speed record holder, that one, for a diesel traction. That's the first one of them. That's the prototype Deltic. That there, here is the electric train, and it's picked up its electric from a third rail. This shoe, that's just called a shoe, that, and that would sit on the third rail, the live rail. So they've got two electric cars here. It's green because it's Southern Railway. First class compartments there. I'm going to stick my neck out here and say S for Southern. Oh no, not 1917. That's the number of it. I don't know what year. 1923. I'll just tell you something else about this electric train. It's got one shoe there and one shoe there. Now the electric third rail isn't a one full length, it's in sections, but having a shoe on the back ensures that at least one shoe is in touch with the electric third rail at each time. So there's a fact about the electric trains, and that's true today. And then there's this here, built by Leyland. It's like a bus on rails. British Rail Research. We'll find out what it's about and I'll tell you. Pay on entry. Exact fare, please. Just like a bus. You get on it, you pay the driver. That's mad, isn't it? Pay the driver just like on a normal bus. Okay, and next to it is the 125, Intercity 125 prototype. That was what it was going to look like But then the unions complained that you couldn't have two drivers. You couldn't have a second man. The window wasn't big enough, so then they built that one up there, what I showed you earlier. So this is the prototype of the Intercity 125. There's the prototype of the APT, the tilting train that never went into production. Right, this is the 125, Intercity 125, that prototype turned into. Now you all know that one, surely. That's the 125. Next to it is the Locomotion No.1, built by George Stephenson. That is the original. Ran on the Stockton and Darlington Railway, and that is the 200th anniversary this year of the Stockton and Darlington Railway opening. So 1825, that one, the original. Here's a coal wagon. Here's another coal wagon. I think that one's to be pulled by a horse, because it's got a brake on the wagon. So there's a horse, and that horse is in a dandy car. So the horse would pull the wagon up the hills, and the horse would get in the truck at the back to come down the hill. So it got a free ride. So no steam power on that setup there. Just a horse, a dandy car and a coal truck. Right, I think that's a first class carriage. First and second class carriage from the Stockton and Darlington Railway. This is Sans Pareil. It means without parallel. It's French. It's got its pistons on the top there. I think that's a runner. I think that runs. Light a fire in it. Just light it up here. Yeah. Oh, there's the fire. Look there. So you'd have your coal. On there, shoveling it in, and the driver would be perched up there somewhere with his controls. And we've got a Royal Mail coach here. Don't know much about that. And you've got this one, which is looking rather like a horse-drawn carriage, but I don't think it is. I think it's for the railway to be pulled by steam engines, but they just couldn't get away from designing things that look familiar. Is that a brake? You got a brake there. Oh, this is the maglev. This is it hovers above the tracks with magnets. That was the prototype. Well, that never went into production either. Yeah. Here's a streamline carriage. This would have been on the Coronation Pacifics going up the west coast. So when this went past, the kids used to say streak, you know, because the lines on it, the whole train would have had lines on it, and when it went past at high speed, they'd have said streak. So LMS, London Midland Scottish, that's the west coast main line going through Wigan. This is the Deltic. This would have been East Coast main line going through York. This is the prototype. Prototype Deltic. These are 100-mile-an-hour trains, these. Fuel tank there on bottom. Look at this. Look at this chrome. Chrome, that's all embellished with chrome. English Electric, class 55, I think. That's what they were when they came into service. There you have it. Something I forgot to mention about this one, it's also called the HST, High Speed Train, or Intercity 125. That's that one. That's the Locomotion again. And here is the Flying Scotsman. This is the original. It's in working order. It's doing some rail tours this year. The Flying Scotsman's here in static display. There's a bit of oil on the floor. These are sanders, so that you get dry sand to help the wheels grip. This is the gearing, so you'd wind this round to get faster speeds. That's the speedo, that thing there. Alright, Flying Scotsman, what's this one? I think this ran on the Stockton and Darlington. Oh no, it didn't. It's this East Coast Main Line, this one. These were the Crack Expresses. Look at the size of that driving wheel. Two driving wheels there. Look at that, it's taller than me. The driving wheel, it's taller than me, and I'm 6 foot exactly. Yeah, Hardwick. It's got our a sister, I think, called Cornwall. Anyway, those were the East Coast Main Line Crack Expresses. Not much shelter for the driver. I don't think they were East Coast. I'm not sure because it was built at Crewe, so maybe West Coast. Yeah. Oh, aye. This would have been the creme de la creme of engines when it came out. It would have been like the spaceship of the time. That one would. This one says Siemens Electric Locomotive. Electrical Engineers London. Ah, this one is it just gets filled up with steam. You put your steam in, and then it goes about its business until it's run out of steam. So no fire, just steam. They do use these in like food factories and things like that, or any explosive environments where you didn't want fire. So that is what that is. Yeah, you'd have just filled it up with a load of steam and then sent it on its way. So this one is a battery electric locomotive. Staffordshire, somewhat or other, Staffordshire. Is that the back end of the Flying Scotsman? No, it's something else, isn't it? Oh, what's that one? What's that one? Come on, let's go and have a look. There's Dave. Hi, Dave. What's this one? Talk to me. Oh, it's Winston Churchill. Look at that. So this train pulled Winston Churchill's funeral cave, or whatever you call them. This was the locomotive that pulled his funeral parade, whatever you call it. Yeah, so this is a wheel arrangement now. 4, see, 2 there, and 2 on the other side. 4, 6, 2. There's a wheel there. 4, 6, 2. There's the Flying Scotsman down there. Right, now then. Here we have the original Sans Pareil, which means without parallel. Without equal in France, French. That must be Timothy Ackworth, that. because he designed it. Now this was in the Rainhill trials, which was the trials to see which locomotive would be used on the Manchester to Liverpool railway. This more or less came second. I think there was 4 locomotives, and this was the winner. This is Rocket. This is the original Rocket. Not a great deal left of it. Yeah. And the big thing about this one was that the tubes in that boiler there. Can you see? Can you see those tubes that go straight through? Now they'd have had pipes in them at one time, right through to the other end, to the smoke box, and then the water would have been heated up faster because of all the tubes that are hot, more hot bits in the water. Whereas Timothy Hackworth's locomotive here just had a fire. I'll show you. This one, it just had a fire in here. This would have had a door on it, you know. You lit your fire in there, and then the tube, just one big tube like this, it goes to that end of the boiler and then turns round and then comes out here, and then the smoke goes up the chimney. So you've not got a great deal of heating services. You've got quite a lot, you know. You've got that and that all eating the water that's in here, but not quite as good as this. So the more you work this, the more chuff goes up the chimney, the better it'll perform. So there. Yeah, this is a proper locomotive. It has a blast pipe, so when the steam's finished in the cylinders, it doesn't just blow it out into the air, it blows it up the chimney, creating a draft on the fire which shucks the fire flames through those tubes and up out of the chimney. And that's what I mean by it being, when it's working, when it's on, it's more efficient. Right. So they got them side by side. I really like this era of I like these times. Right, this is a colliery locomotive. So this would have been electric. Well, no, I don't know. No, it's got an engine. Got an engine. I don't know what I'm talking about with that. What's this? Generator? What's this one? North Eastern Railways. Ah. Gateshead Works. 1893. Got more of a cab now, 1993. Bit more protection for the driver. There's a little bit of track there, see? This one there, I think they run locomotives up and down that, so that replica Rocket, when it runs, it'd run up and down that. Right, here's an old carriage. Probably goes with that locomotive. Teak. This is teak, made of teak. 1901, so that locomotive would have been first. And then these came 1901. Okay, we'll just turn this corner. And the Royal Train is up here. Or a Royal Carriage, I mean. This one here. This for the royal family. Look at that, even that. Wow. It's just a piece of plastic on modern trains, that. Hey, it's lovely, look at that. Look at this. Oh, ah. Has it got electric? Yes, oh, it's got a fan lock up there. Right, we'll find out whose this is now. Queen Alexandra's Saloon. Now, I'm not right up on who they all are, especially when it gets to 1901. But I know they're very small because that's a small bed. So they've got that one, and then they've got another one.
Willow. There.
Another one here with a boardroom table. This is a Royal Train dining car, it says. So these will be for the footmen, what do you call them now? The hangers on, these. But they travelled in quite good style because that's, and chairs are lovely. And chairs are nice. Yeah. Oh, and they've got another one. LMS again, London, Midland and Scottish. So, I don't think they had a Royal Train on every line. I think this was, I'm not sure though, but London, Midland and Scottish, that's the railway that runs along the west coast through Wigan. So I think this carriage is for the hangers on as well, because it's got compartments, look. Maybe these are the kitchens. Who knows? I can't really say. Now this is an LMS Black 5. I'm not sure whether it's the first one that was built. Could just well be. Yes, it is. 5,000. This is the first Black 5 ever to be made. This is LMS as well, through the west coast, through Wigan. These trains was the go anywhere, do anything trains, and they're even reliable now. On the rail tours, these do dominate the rail tours because of the reliability. So this one built at Crewe, 1935. Crewe. Now it's set up, right, these lamps here, it's set up for the Royal Train, look, 4 lamps. So this is the setup for the Royal Train, so 1, 2, 3, and then one at the top there. Because it's on the Royal Train, you see. So there's the Rocket and Sans Pareil again. I know I'm saying that wrong. There's Robert Stevenson. There, hold on. There, that's Robert Stevenson, that. Okay, this one is another third rail electric engine. E for electric. So there's the shoes where it picks up its electricity. Class 71 it says. There's some volunteers. Hello.
The Heritage Workshop.
Hiya. This one is a foreign one. This may be... Oh, it's a sleeping car. Look at that. Aye. De Grands Express. Night ferry sleeper car, this one. Here's another electric train off the third rail again. 2 Hap it says on here. So this is painted beautifully in the eastern region, I think. I'm sticking my neck out there again. It doesn't say it on it. And there's the shoe that picks up the electricity. You see it there, that's the shoe there. Here's a driver's compartment. Oh, is this? No, it's not. I thought it was a roll terrain again, but it's not. It's not. This is something. Southern Railway. Is this another electric shoe thing? Might be. Southern. Look at that. Look at that. It's rubbish, isn't it? It just doesn't look nice, does it? Yeah, it's an electric look. There you go. There's the shoe again. Right, that's the prototype APT. Now, I did say before that it didn't go into production, but I think they made about 2 or 3 sets, but they didn't look like that. So that's the prototype, you see. Just like the Intercity 125 doesn't look like it's prototype. So, anyway, they stopped the funding for that and scrapped it. There's some workshop here. That tender looks old, doesn't it? Doesn't half look old, that. Yeah. I can hear someone welding. Someone welding behind that screen, that green screen. They did used to have a model railway up at this end, but that's gone now. Come on, let's go down here. Is that Cornwall there, is it? What's that one? It's not got no name on it. Excuse me. Excuse me. What loco is that one? Sorry? What loco is that one? Okay, cheers. Well, it's North Eastern Railways, Gateshead Works, Gateshead Works. We know it's got big driving wheels, and it's not got much of a cab. It's got inside cylinders. You can't see the cylinders on the outside, so they're inside. There's a first class dining car. We all know these. We know what these are. But I don't think they use them anymore. There's a few preserved to run dining trains up and down. There's the APT-E for experimental. So another thing with this as well, they didn't have a bogie there and then a bogie there at the end of each carriage. They had a bogie where that carriage sits on it and that carriage sits on it. Yeah, they were wanting to do 140 mile an hour regular with this one, I think. Yeah. So it was designed for the West Coast main line where it's got curves. So it could go over the curves faster. They made it so it would tilt. So this is the tilting train. There you go. That's the tilter. There it is running. Built at Derby, because they've got a test track at Derby, a circle where they could test it. So it was all fought up in Derby. And this is what it looked like when it was finished. And there's me. That's me taking a picture of the APT at Wigan Springs in Wigan. Here we have a painting, a Cuneo painting of the opening of the Stockton and Darlington Railway. It was painted in 1949, but the railway opened 1825. So a long time after the event. Usually on these paintings there's a little mouse somewhere. Can't see it on that one. He didn't put them on them all. Yeah, I'll be there all day looking for that. Right, we've done all that down there. Right. Do you recognise that locomotive there? Well, it's that one there, look. The one that we didn't know what it was. It's a 901, whatever that means. 901. Right, this is the last one in here. Thought I'd mention it because I've done every other. What's this one? What is it? It's an electric train. I can't see any shoes. I don't know much about that one. Yeah, I'll show you something else as well. Not just the locomotive needed inventing, and so did the track. Now these are known as fish belly rails. Can you see how they're wider on the bottom? Fish belly. Some more here. Here's the shop, great for model railway enthusiasts. Christmas jumper there. Just remind you that it's 2nd of February. Oh, here's your Rail 200 stuff. So this is the celebration of railways this year, 2025. 200 years. Little pin badge there. £4. Right, we're going to go outside now. We're going to go and look at the site that this stands on. Right, I've just noticed a new bit. So if you've not been here for a while, up there's a new bit. It's massive, this site now. Right, we're outside now. There's a little platform for to get on the train rides. There, look. Little platform. That's a car park over there, free parking, free entry, free parking. A grand day out. This is a pacer. I think it's a pacer. I laughed when they got this at the museum, but if you think about it, everything needs preserving, doesn't it? So that's here. There's a couple of bogies off the APT. You know, the ones that I said. This is a bridge over here from the Stockton and Darlington Railway, designed by George Stephenson. We're going to have a look at that. It's the Gornless Bridge. It was the first early iron railway bridges. Now this, for years and years, was outside the National Railway Museum rusting. And now I asked people what it was and they just didn't know. So I think it's better suited here in Shildon, where the Stockton and Darlington Railway was. They look after things better here than at the Railway Museum at York, I think. There's the car park again up there. We're going to go and have a look in here, this new building. New Hall. That's what it's called, New Hall. Right, here we go, the New Hall. It's got 6 lanes, but they stop just there. 6 doors, in we go. Now then, this locomotive here ran on the Stockton and Darlington Railway. Hiya. That's an early locomotive. It's missing its connecting rods. Vertical pistons on the top. And brake. Hetton Colliery. Right, not Stockton and Darlington, Hetton Colliery this one. Hetton Colliery line was also built by George Stephenson, and it's even got a coal truck. I don't know much about this one. LNER though, it's a freight engine. Look at that, it's got 10 wheels, 10 driving wheels, so it's not got any at the front, so it's a 8 wheels, sorry, 080. It's an 080, that one. It's got no wheel at the back, so that has got plenty of grip on the rail. So that's to be a freight locomotive on the LNER, which is the East Coast Main Line, or Eastern region. Here's a coal wagon again, wooden one. Stanmore Summit. Oil tanker, is it? Some sort of liquid. There's an electric doo-dah-doo. You can see the pantograph on the top there. Pantograph on the top, so that picks up its electric from the overhead wires, which is what we do for our high-speed trains. That's what we do now. Except for London, it's got a shoe as well. So it's got both, this one. So it can run on the third rail and the overhead wires. It's an all-rounder. All-rounder, that. Righto. There's a line of wagons there. There's a snowplough. This is a tamper. So these would vibrate and go down into the stones and squeeze them under the rail to pack them up. So that's an engineering job of that. It's an old one as well. What's this one, a crane? Oh, it's a crane, yeah. It's a crane, that one. Travelling steam crane, it says. Oh, these are little bikes for the engineers to go up and down the line. I don't know what that one is. Oh, it's part of the, no, it's not part of the crane. Well, there's the cradle for the boom. Another crane, is it? Another crane, I think, halfway through being preserved. Oh, it's a jib runner, this one. Chains, you see. Toolbox, big toolbox. Oh, yes. Cattle van, this one, for cattle. Transporting cattle. So they go up this, that'll come down like the back of a cackle wagon. And they'll climb in, a bit of hay on the floor. And they'll climb in, and off they go. It's a nicer pastures. Here we've got a steam locomotive. Another snowplow here. NER snowplow. I wonder if this was in the film. I'll find out about that. If this was in the film Snowdrift at Bleef Gill. I'll just have a see. Let's have a look. It doesn't say anything about it there, so let's get as much information as we can off of that. Number 12. NER snowplow number 12. We'll have a look when one gets home. Well, back to digs because we're on holiday this week. Right. That's looks like a coal locomotive. Class 31. Diesel hydraulic shunter with a Rolls-Royce engine. Limestone wagon, this one. There's a coal truck on the back of the Class 31. It's an oil tanker. Another coal truck. These are called wind cutters. Wind cutters. There's a low loader here. That's a mineral. For minerals, that's powder. Powder on that. This is a tipper. Tips it off to the side. Wakefield design, built in Wakefield. Another wing cutter. Petrol tanker, this one. This must be a shunter of some sort. Simplex petrol shunting locomotive. Next to the snowplow, a modern snowplow, that one. Oh, hey, I've just noticed something on this one here. It's a hopper, and these things here make contact with something at the power station. This is for coal, it's for coal. Make contact with something at the power station that open these doors on the bottom to let all the coal out. That's what happens there. So they would never stop. They'd be moving very slowly at the power station, and they'd open the doors with these and drop the coal, and then they'd shut the door then with these. So it's called the merry-go-round, and these trains would never stop. They just keep moving very slowly and get rid of all the coal, and then back to the coal mine to get some more coal. Isn't that right? Merry-go-round. Should we go down here? I think this is a coal truck. Mineral wagon. So a limestone, ironstone, all sorts of stuff. Another mineral wagon. Juno. This is a steam locomotive with a chimney. This is an 060. 060. Built at Leeds. Oh, it's austerity, this one. Built during the war. Right, this is an 08. 08 diesel shunter. This is speed freight. There's a container. 1959. Now then, this one, I think, is the same system. So it has doors on the bottom of it. Has doors on the bottom that open, let the coal out. And these ones were for the power stations. Someone's painted it for us. Coal, 102 ton thing, whatever it's called. Merry-go-round, there you go. Merry-go-round. Right. We're back at the front now. That's that. There's the Class 31. And that ends the tour of the new hall here at Shildon. Right, so we're leaving Locomotion behind us there, and we're heading this way because there's more to the museum this way of my sort of interest. That's a good one, isn't it? Yes. There's me producer. This way, so there's more this way for me. Under the bridge. I'll
Director of Historic Content.
That's right. He's the Director of Historic Content. Needed you when I was looking at that rocket, because I was stumbling then. But it's a live broadcast, isn't it? So we're not going to edit anything. Right, you can see more clearly now the running line that they've got to run the locomotives up and down. There it is. This side. And that's a working railway. You know, it's a normal railway. So you can arrive here by train if you wanted to. Right, let's continue down here for under the road bridge. Oh, there's a kids' play park just there. Just there, see? Just there. These are coal drops. Not quite sure how they work, but there's a board up here that I think is going to tell us. So they're pretty old, are them. I'm going to tell you, even though I don't really know. But it slopes off that way, so I think the wagons, coal wagons, would have come up the slope to the end. And dump the coal down these to be picked up by something else. We'll find out anyway. But yeah, it slopes off to that side. Oh look, there you go. So some sort of wooden thing would have coaled up the locomotives underneath. So that's an actual picture of it. So there's the coal wagons on the top, dropping the coal into these, which then filled the tender of the trucks, of the train, the steam trains. Grade 2 listed, it says. Well, this here is to check that the train's engaged. So the train runs on the track underneath this, and if it touches any of that metalwork that's hanging, that curve, then they know that it might hit some bridges along the line. So that's for gauging the train. There's the coal drops again. It's a very steep gradient, that. They must have had some sort of winch to get the coal trucks up that. Right, we're going to cross the tracks here. The track. Through the mud. Right, this building here is very important historically. It's Timothy Hackworth's Soho Works. Remember the Sans Pareil that I showed you before that was in the Rainhill trials with Rocket? Well, this is where it was built. So this is Timothy Hackworth's workshop. And his house is just up there behind that tree. So he was the first mechanical engineer of the Stockton and Darlington Railway. George Stephenson hired him to do all the design of locomotives that ran up and down the line, to repair them. That's the Soho Works. I hope it is. No. But anyway, that's the building. There's another building there. This is Timothy Hackworth's house. Such a shame it's not open. And this centenary year, bi-centenary year. Yeah, that's where he lived. It's all still part of the museum. That's his house. This is a goods shed. A goods shed of 1855. That's the site. That's the site. So I'm going to point the camera looking that way. There's the terrace. The rows of terraced houses. Perhaps built for the railway. Soho Street. We've got some sort of Soho there. Shildon Colliery. Wow, shaft was just there. Near them coal drops. Right, I'll show you this track bed of the Stockton and Darlington Railway. Right, so just here is the original track bed of the Stockton and Darlington Railway. Right, not far from Shildon Railway Museum is Hyington Station. This is the location where Locomotion No.1, the old engine that I've shown you in the museum, was plonked on the rails. And there's a plaque here that should say what I've just told you. Locomotion reassembled and then steamed prior to the opening of the Stockton and Darlington Railway. So this is the Stockton and Darlington Railway track bed. And there used to be a pub there called Locomotion No.1. Signal box still manned, I think. There's a car behind it because I think up there it is single line. Up that end. So this is the place where Locomotion No.1 was put on the tracks prior to the opening, so that must have been 1825 again. There you have it. Went for a pint in the pub. while they were doing it, after they'd done it. There's a memorial there, a frieze there on the wall. That's the back of the pub, Locomotion No.1.